So for example, you're going out, you're cheating on your missus, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing drugs on the weekend, whatever it is. I can't ever have a proper conversation with you. Loose lips sink ships. I can't tell you something in confidence and saying, listen, Robbie, I'm going to tell you something now, man. You can't tell anyone. I've got zero confidence that you'll keep that promise because of the actions that you're doing outside of that. So my conversations with him are like either, cool, I'm reducing my time with Robbie. He's great to hang around with. He's fun. We do a podcast together every Wednesday, whatever it is. But other than that,
I'm putting a limit.
That's it. Yeah. My limit, my time.
There's a line.
Yeah, that's right. Above and beyond that, again, if I really valued everything we're about and what we do, I say, listen, dude, I'm going to tell you this as a friend. I don't think the way you're living your life at the moment's great. It's not, I don't think that's who you are. If it is who you are, that's like no judgment, you do you. But what you're doing to this poor girl, it's not the right thing. She loves you, adores you, everything, and you're out brooding 15 other women at the same time. And maybe when I was 21, I'd be giving you high fives. Do you know what I mean? This is where I say your age and your maturity and your values change, because I had, back in high school, I had mates, or a couple of mates that had girlfriends, and then we'd go out with the boys on the weekend, and then they'd be cheating on them every single time. They'd walk around giving high fives to everyone I picked up. I'm like, yeah, okay, but it's all right. Like, do you know what I mean? And maybe you don't have the confidence to say anything back then either. Because you'd be friends younger, with you'd end up becoming friends with the
if I'm the guy who tells them, everyone turns on me.
Right.
Yeah, but that's when you're young.
That's right. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. So it's a different conversation from that perspective, being younger. But now, absolutely. That would go very much against my core values. So I would say something to you and say, oi, can't do this, bro.
You just reminded me, man, I had a mate. Got a mate. He told me something about he was actually like a silly, it wasn't a bad thing, it was like a silly complaint.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you? It was like something about what milk his daughter's drinking or something. Yeah. And he was like, bro, I've had the worst day ever. And I come home and she's trying to explain something about milk to me, and I'm just looking at her thinking, like, do you think I care about the milk?
Oh, dude,
like
this happens
what milk?
All the time.
Yeah, like what milk that she's not drinking that milk. Like, I don't care. Like, is she okay? That's it. Like, you know what I mean? I've got a million fires I'm trying to put out.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about the milk.
It's a big problem with relationships.
Is it stay-at-home mums?
Potentially, no, not necessarily.
Because you got to remember, that milk thing, that's all she got.
It's a big fucking deal for her.
Yeah, it's massive. You're like, this is a highlight of my day.
That's right. You're in the four walls with a child for fucking 3-4 years, whatever it is. Oh, she did this today. But that was a big deal to her.
Yeah.
But this is where a lot of relationships can break down in that perspective, because they don't understand what's going on in your world. You don't understand what's going on in their world, right? And this happened to one of my clients. I think I mentioned it on the podcast a few weeks back. But came home, the wife said something in passing, and he blew up. All right, it's like, fuck, you serious? If everything going on, that's what you're upset about right now. And lost his plot. And then they got into a big argument. They didn't speak for 2-3 days. But that didn't serve them in any way whatsoever. That relationship, that whole conversation. But it was because they weren't communicating and having those open conversations. And it's so important. So important. So critically important that you have those conversations every single day. If you're in a relationship right now, every Thursday, lock it in and have a conversation with your partner.
Weekly meetings.
Fucking oath. Have a weekly meeting. Schedule it.
The thing.
Have it. Oi, what's bothering you? This is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. This is what we're doing. And so on and so forth. A great example. I know the numbers inside out of my business, right? My wife has no fucking idea. No idea. Nothing.
Why would she need to? Imagine you come home and she's like, profit margin down.
Yeah. What are you doing? Oh, fuck, that'd be sick. That'd be sick. She'd be accountable.
Get pulled up.
No, but my conversation, where I'm going with that, it's not necessarily that she needs to, but it's like, well, what's the plan moving forward to do X, Y, Z, right? New cars, house, holidays, so on and so forth. Like, where's the life going over the next 3 to 5 years? What are we doing? How are we lifing? Now, I need to sit down with her and say, cool, this is what I've got. Work-wise, this is the money that I'm expecting to come in. With this money, we're going to do this. We're going to do these investments. We're going to do this. We're going to do that.
Yeah.
You on board? Like, I'm going to need you not to buy a new car next month. Do you know what I mean? We've got to hold back on getting that boat or buying that holiday house.
That's just good communication, isn't it?
But so many people don't have it. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. It's expected. Oh, you do that, I'll do this. You look after the money, I'll look after the kids.
Doesn't she know I'm doing this?
It becomes that disconnect. And it's also that resentment too. I'm home all day fucking looking after the kids whilst you're out there having coffees and doing podcasts.
Yeah.
All right?
You're like, do you know how hard I work? Do you know how much stress I take on?
Yeah. Really? Well, I go, the fact that you can fucking open up the fridge right now and there's food in there, you're welcome, right? And then it's fucking on for young and old. Do you know what I mean? Massive disconnect. So that communication is so critically important to every relationship. Sorry, everyone in a relationship right now. Got to get your partner on board in the sense that weekly meeting. Hey, this is what I'm doing in my life right now. This is what I'm doing. I'm really stressed at the moment. I've got this on. I'm really stressed at the moment. I've got this on. You know, my friend wants me to play tennis all week this week because she's making me feel bad because of this, and this. That's big in her world, right? I've got to play tennis all week. Are you fucking serious? At Kooyong?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's your problem.
Living large.
The membership is $10,000. You know, it's a bit annoying, but Amex is good. What?
But they take Amex.
That's how you get the points. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Right? But that is big in her world.
Yeah.
Whereas in your world, it might be this, and this. But if you don't communicate that to her or to him, how are they ever going to know? And then they might be like, okay, cool, yeah, I get it. We're trying to get the holiday house. We're trying to go on holidays next month. We're trying to buy a home. Maybe the tennis club membership isn't the right thing to bring up right now. You know, I can actually avoid going that. And then the relationship strengthens.
You know, two things. I heard this thing the other day. Yeah. Actually, you're talking all about communication.
Yeah.
And I heard this thing the other day. I can't remember who shared it, but it was about, Tim Grover?
Yes.
Tim Grover, he coached Michael Jordan, one of the highest performing athletes, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
And he says early on in his career, he used to travel a lot, for work. And he was going away and he's like, this is the most difficult thing I've ever been told. And he's like, his daughter came up to him and she might have been like 4 or 5. And she said, why do you have to go away? And he said, I've got to go do work so that I can put food on the table and da-da-da and so forth. And then she goes away and then she comes back and she says, if I eat less, would you stay home more? And it's just like, fuck. Like, do you know what I mean? And that's just, I don't know why what you said reminded me of that, but I wanted to share it. And I think
there's more to that story.
Hey?
There's more to that story.
Is there? I don't even know what's up with that.
Yeah. Do you know what he did?
No.
He went to work.
I think I knew that.
Yeah. He went to
Where'd
work.
you
There's
hear
a lot of people. It was on Instagram.
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah. And he goes, you know what I did? He goes, I kissed her. I said, I love you. He goes, but I'm going to work. All right. And he goes, it wasn't because I wanted to spend, of course, I wanted to spend every moment of every day with her. Because as my role as the man and the provider for the family, if I'd stayed with her, I couldn't give them the life that I wanted to give them and that we'd discussed. And that she needs to grow up understanding that, yeah, Daddy was working hard, he loved me, but he did that for me as well. Right? And then that's the standard that I'm going to grow up one day and expect for myself, for my husband, partner, to look after me and do the same there.
Provide, yeah.
And as heartbreaking as that moment would have been, because any father that hears something like that, dies, especially if it's a...
I'm not even a dad, and I heard
exactly.
it, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, 100%. And my daughter said that too.
Yeah.
She'll say stuff like, can you not go to work tomorrow? I said, no, sweet, I have to go to work every day. I'm never going to stop going to work. I'm always going to be at work. Okay, but I'm doing it for us, for family, for everything. That's my job, is to look after you. And the way I combat that, especially lately, I've put my phone now that it's on, it just automatically goes do not disturb at 6 o'clock. No one can reach me. I don't get notifications, nothing. It just sits on the charger and I won't pick it up until they go to bed. And now I play Uno with them every night. I'll do stuff. Yeah, I do stuff. I spend quality time with them.
Yeah, present.
I coach my son's football team. I spend quality time with them doing those sorts of things. That coaching, during the week we do a training session. That's during business hours. I have to leave work early to go do the coaching thing, but I'll do it. I'll make it happen every single time because this is what made me emotional. My wife was talking. She goes, "Yeah, my son was he's told her how much he loves me coaching the team." He goes, it's the best thing ever.
That's sick. That would be worth everything.
What fucking job am I going to win that's going to make me happier than hearing that? What amount of money am I going to get that's going to make me happier than hearing that? Nothing. get some fucking perspective, guys. You know what I mean? Get some fucking perspective. If that's like find what truly makes you happy, and that's what it is. All right? For me anyway.
I think for everyone, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what's I asked you the question about what changes. When was the last time you changed your mind?
Yeah.
You know what's a big wake-up call in life? When you get what you want and you're not happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
Have you experienced that?
Yeah, man. Like you think, oh, fuck, if I only had this much money. And then eventually you make some money. And it's sick at the start. And then it becomes, But my perception of life was always, I needed this one thing. And once I got it, everything else would be okay.
Perfect, yeah.
And now I've got that thing and I feel the same way. And then it's like, fuck, what now? And that is a hard position, dude, because now you need something new to look forward to. Something, what's next? Like, what's that next thing?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And even when it first happened to me, I didn't know that I needed the next thing. I thought something was wrong. Because I didn't understand that something, again, another thing comes and you level up. You know what I mean?
And that's the beauty of it. Like, you don't clock this game.
You never clock this game.
You never clock life, as you said. You don't get to that point and go, cool, we're done.
Yeah, you don't get to the point where you're making a certain amount of money or you have the right relationship and there's no more problems.
That's it.
There's always fucking problems.
It's the next level of problems. And you're always going to experience difficulties and heartache. Like if you think you're going to get through this life without your mum dying or your dad dying or your dog or heaven forbid, a child, like you're going to, or a partner, you're going to have adversity in your life. And you need to understand that. And a lot of us are not mentally and emotionally prepared for when that time happens, because the vast majority of our lives is, generally speaking, for those of us that are blessed to, issue free until that moment when it does turn to shit. And then how do you act thereafter and how you react to it and that issue and all that sort of stuff.
How do you react leading to it as well? Like you know that at some point things are going to happen. Like it's inevitable.
Absolutely. I mean, we're at the age.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. Or if you want to watch the full episode, you can click over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and thanks for watching.
Absolutely.